Hello, hello, people. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back for another episode of the Anime Podcast Show. Let's get started with the regular segment of the show, and that would be what anime shows that I got into during the COVID pandemic. This series I was very new of throughout of December of 2020. This show came out some odd years ago. It's a romance comedy high school series between Tiger versus Dragon. Well, they will become a couple towards the end of the series, but I'm talking about Toradora. It starts off as a light novel series in March of 2006 and ended their run. It's actually on the same day when the novel started releasing 3 years earlier in 2009. Well, that is very coincidence of releasing in the same month, the same year, and the same date that they released 3 years earlier in 2006. It's between the date when it launched until the same day that they decided to end 3 years later. Then the follow-up year, it came out with a spin-off series, not only 3 volumes between 2007 to 2010, well, which was that released as a commemorated the year of the tiger, is that year in 2010. In April of 2008, it was announced that Toradora will be adapted from the light novels. As making the anime series, it would make sense not making it to 2 seasons. Well, I heard rumors like that before, but here's what I would if I would like to see 2 seasons of Toradora. It goes something like this. Like, adapt the first season with the first 5 volumes, then add new content with it, with, I don't know, maybe some weird situations they'll go through in high school. And then go to the second season, do the same situation, but do something different with the new content. And then finally adapt the final 5 volumes. But I'm glad they adapt for only 25 episodes from 10 volumes of the light novels. It was produced by JC staff and aired in Japan on TV Tokyo between October of 2008 to March of 2009. During that era, it was a pretty short between 2006 to 2010 for Toradora's prime years. What was my interest with the series? Well, here's a funny story. I was actually going to join an event for Toradora, but that didn't happen because back then I didn't know anything about the franchise, not only the franchise, but the series itself. So I was like, if they're gonna do an event for the second time, I'm gonna join for the next one. So and now I know everything what happened in the 25 episode run. Now I can join the event and do it again. But for now, I'm gonna rewatch the series for now before that event happened again. But still, it is a pretty enjoyable series to watch. Incredible moments throughout of it, but got no words to say about Toradora. But I do fell in love with the series, and I got so many moments throughout the series. And I know you people are saying, hey, when the second season of Toradora will happen? And the answer is, it's not going to happen. So let's move on to the next segment. So the next segment of the show, and that will be remembering a childhood watching anime. Well, this is a long, short story. So this was around somewhere in 2008. A series is about pirates hunting for treasure. The longest running series is, of course, One Piece. It was around that era between 4Kids and Funimation Dilemma. Why am I saying that? I remember that my uncle owns 4 or 5 volumes of the 4Kids dub, and one movie is one of my favorite One Piece movies, is the Alabasta Princess movie. And what's that movie called? The Desert Princess in the Adventures in Alabasta. Oh, I love that movie. But I do love the cast of Funimation. I love it. And that's the one I remember growing up watching. But back then, I didn't know it was from Funimation. It was dubbed by Funimation, the same people who dubbed Dragon Ball Z. I was like, hey, yo, Say what now? So I ignored uh, One Piece for a long time until I picked it up again in the next decade later in 2018. So that was my final years of high school. And after about 1 year since I came back watching anime, I didn't know anything was going on in One Piece. And I thought that One Piece is already finished. That's what I thought. But no, the story is still going. And I said, what's going on? Or even what I missed on. And the only dub is out there is the Funimation dub. At the same time, the cast has already finished their dubbed episodes for the Fishman Island arc story. After high school, I continued watching the series between the Whole Cake Island arc to Wano. During that period, when the dub stopped for a little bit, for a little while between 2018 to 2019, until on October 23rd of 2019, when Funimation announced that One Piece dub, I would say the next half of the story is underway. So that means I was like, oh my gosh, they're coming back. It's like, yes! And at the time, it was like the 20th anniversary. By that time, I was like, oh, this is exciting! Ah! So the dub was underway, and they're coming back. That was really exciting for us, for the fans, and we were really excited. And then who catched up watching the series in Japanese, and now it's time to what the dub is going to be doing. And last thing I want to mention, as we're kind of out of the pandemic, or even COVID is still around us, it won't stop productions in Japan and in the United States. That dubbing is already, but I don't know where we are in the Japanese, like, we're over surpassed 1,000 episodes of One Piece. And I think the dub right now is over, like, 850 plus episodes in of the show right now. I don't know. And not even mentioning about 900 episodes in of the series. And I don't know. I don't even know. But depending on the release or even dubbing as well, well, that is my own experience with One Piece. But let's move on to the next segment, and I'll give a little warning. It's going to contain a bit of a spoiler, but if you don't want to get any spoilers, go to the announcements I'll put it in the timestamp if you don't want to get any spoilers on the next segment. You be warned, let's continue. Now, moving on to the next segment, and that will be anime at the movies. The next film I got to see in theaters is one of the newest series that I got into throughout this year. A little detective who I know, Detective Conan, or known as Case Closed, as they're making their 25th movie named Bride of Halloween. And okay, as the viewers are saying, you're lying, you didn't see it. I'd actually tweet about that, saying, just got out from the movies, oh my gosh, incredible movie. Hope everyone to see it one day in your local cinemas, because this film is fantastic and brilliant. And lastly, seeing the characters on the big screen, breathtaking of the highs and the lows. And with the final twist, I'm giving it 9 out of 10. I took these photos in the cinema, right, just one scene throughout the film. And this scene I'm talking about is the wedding scene. That Officer Sato and Officer Takagi are about to get married. Of course, you guys seen it in the trailers, but yeah, I want to share this with you guys. And you see the other images that you can see Conan, Ron, Kogoro, Habana, or Hybra, you guys called her in the dub, and the rest of the cast from the series. That's my first Detective Conan movie to see. And it's funny enough, they actually shown my local cinemas here in Australia for 2 movies a while ago, such as the 24th movie, The Scarlet Bullet, in 2021, and the Love Letter movie in 2018. Back to the wedding scene. It actually is the beginning of the film. Oh my gosh, it's a really good scene, I have to say. Because at the same time we see the wedding, Mr. Omuro and Kazumi were on a stakeout investigating of an incident it's already occurred, that bombs are all around Tokyo, and lately, then a mysterious person in disguises suddenly appears and puts a collar bomb on Omuro. Oh, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much. It's gonna be a long. Oh, brother. I can't say too much. I don't want to give you any more spoilers. You guys got to see this movie, and I know it's gonna be a long time to wait, including waiting for the English dub. I know this, but I know the Bang Zoom cast are going to fucking kill it. And I believe in them, and I know this is going to be a brilliant movie to see. And also, another thing I want to mention that I would say the biggest box office movie for Detective Conan, this is movie number, it's going to be surpassed the Fist of the Blue Sapphire movie and going, oh, it's going to beat the box office. That's what I believe. It's funny, I kind of knew it's gonna hit cinemas here in Australia until when they announced back in May and going, yes, I was very excited to see it, and also got to see it on the big screen on the opening day. I got to see it, and here's the fact when I saw it. I want to share a photo, as you can see in the photo, that because they had, since the Darkest Nightmare movie, they announced of what is going to be the next Conan movie. They had a post-credits scene for the next 26th next movie, I would say movie 26, and I recognize the voice. It's Gene from the Black Organization, and he said, "I'm coming to see you again, Sherry." It's a war coming between Conan and the Black Organization, so I can't wait to see what they're gonna do sometime next year. I am looking forward for the upcoming movie 26 of Detective Conan and the later movies too. I'm looking forward. Now we're on to the final segment of the show, and that will be the announcements. What has been announced throughout of 2022? So the first news I want to break is, of course, these anime live-action movies or TV shows. Well, these days it becomes the worst adaptation ever. Well, it turns into the worst. That Yu Yu Hakusho is getting a live-action anime series that will be streamed on Netflix worldwide in December of 2023. But the good news is that they're all Japanese actors. Is that a good sign, or is that going to be the bad side? So imagine if the English dub cast from the anime series would reprise their roles for this. It's going to be meh. I don't know. I don't even hell bloody know. Let's move on. Next is a movie I'm really excited for, but I talked about this previously. But if you guys don't know or don't remember, a new Digimon film is coming. Now we got a new movie titled called Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning. The same staff who made Last Evolution Kazuna, this will be the final movie for the 02 cast. But we're still gonna see TK and Cory, now Davis, Yoli, Cody, and Ken. Now we have a brand new character, and this character is supposed to be the first Digidestin, but has no digital partner. During the DigiFest 2022 online event, they actually showed a footage for the movie, and let me tell you, it looks incredible. It looks amazing. But I can't say too much, but I still can't wait and looking forward to see it. But last announcement I want to make is that One Punch Man is coming back for his third outing as a third season. It's really exciting, but to me, I don't know anything about One Punch Man. I'm sorry. I'm very new with it, but I'm looking forward to take a look at it. But it's funny that you can see in the teaser poster that the poster looks very different. So I think that there's going to be another studio going to be moved for a third season. So I bet MAPPA are going to adapt for the third season. I don't know. That's all I got to say. That is it from me. Take care of yourselves, everybody, and see you next time on the Anime Podcast Show.